Alright guys, so like the title says, this is pretty much how not to rage quit Wurm. The game's Wurm Unlimited. It's kind of a survival game. It seems to be it puts a lot of emphasis on terraforming and crafting, and so I'm going to go through a few things that I didn't know when I first started, and if you know it and it keeps you from playing it, then technically that stops you from rage quitting. And I don't know, it's a couple things that, like I said, you just don't really know before you get into the game, and you find out a little bit later, and you will have either wasted your time or not, depending on if these are game stoppers, right? So the first thing is combat, right? Combat isn't super glorious and pretty, but it is functional. It's basically, you click the enemy, you have your stuff equipped, you click attack, right? And then this little menu pops up. This is your footing. Since I'm higher than it, I get an advantage. If you're lower than it, you're at a disadvantage, and then it's neutral if you're on the same plane as it. You want to focus every time you get a chance to. You usually have to let the fight go just a little bit before you can start. That's pretty much it for combat. This is taking a while because I have crap stuff. But all right, one more should get it done. Yeah, there we go. And that's pretty much it, right? That's combat. I mean, that's the basic of it. That's it in not its entirety, but a lot of it. All right, so moving on from that, another thing that I didn't know about when I first started was you are always in first person. You cannot get out of first person view. Always. Which is, I figured most games you could back out a little bit, but not here. Can't do it at all. Alright, so another thing, right, is it very, very important, and I wish I would have known it a lot sooner. You don't have to have any kind of skill to get an animal for you to use, right? Like a little into the game, one of the first things you really want to work towards is building yourself a large cart. And after you do that, you can attach or hitch bulls to it to pull it around for you. It makes the game hundreds times easier. Like I said, you don't have to love it, you don't have to feed it, you don't have to groom it. You just double click the rope, click lead, click ride, and this buddy's yours. Take him back to your base, do whatever you want with him, and then yeah, that's it. You can hitch him to stuff. You can, like, you start off with a tent, which I still have mine. Start off with a tent. You can hitch him to the tent so he doesn't run away. Build a fence, whatever. It's just, I wish I would have known a long time ago. You can do it to bulls, horses, pretty much anything that's domestic. I'm not gonna attack you off the bat. Which, I mean, it's easy to tell what's not gonna attack you, like blue. And oh, here comes a cat. So the cat's red, so he decided to attack me. Here's your range. So target is good, so I'm close enough to the cat. Hopefully win. And if you're too close, too far, it's pretty easy to see. I mean, it takes like a combat round. So it takes about 5 to 6 seconds before you can, before it switches to tell you if you're too close or what have you. Alright, dead cat. Okay, so that's it with leading the animals. So another thing that really killed me when I first started was I couldn't figure out how exactly to terraform and to make the places level, right? So if you double click your shovel and activate it, right here it says activated, you'll see on a lot of places slope 2, right? Slope 6 up. So you're digging, whatever your digging skill is, times 3 is the slope that you can dig on. So when you first start, it's going to have to be relatively flat for you to even start digging. Now here's the biggest thing that I didn't see on a lot of the guides that I read. They didn't just come out right and say it, so I'm just going to come out right and say it. You dig where your feet are. So this thing is broken up, right? You can dig in the corners to lower the corners and to lower the slope, right? So 6 slope up, 4 slope down. So we're going to have to dig 6 here. So basically, get in the corner, get your shovel activated, and you dig. At first you can activate 3 actions. And so we're in the corner, so this is going down here. 4 slopes down, 3 slopes down. Your character can only carry so much before you can't do it anymore. Right, and usually once you get to 3, 4. Alright, you can drop as piled. Do not drop on ground, because I'll go over that in a second. 1 slope down. Okay, flat. 2 slopes up. The slope things I'm not really gonna go into a lot of depth about right now. You'll understand them more the more you play. And actually, in my video, I'm gonna link to another YouTuber that he does extensive tutorials on everything about this game, and he's really big on terraforming. So like I said, it's very extensive, and it's very I don't want to say long. He goes very in depth with it. Right now I'm just trying to get a quick breakdown of everything. Alright, so now we're on flat dirt, right? Now this is important too, because it now comes the time where it is like super easy to flatten out any other ground, as long as you can get 1 tile flat. You can click over here, you can click over here, and it's not flat, because see right here with your shovel equipped, it says dirt flat. So you click on a piece adjacent to the tile that you're standing on. So next to the tile you're standing on, click it, click level, and you'll see it start to the timer starts on there, it starts to level, dirt starts going in your inventory. Excellent. Boom, flat. Now see, this one's going to be a little different, because I think there's a slope up over here and a slope down over here, so it needs to add dirt and take away dirt. Now sometimes, so I have dirt in my inventory, so it might pull it from there, but sometimes it takes it and just shifts it around itself. Pretty much just kind of you gotta kind of play with it a little bit to see what it's going to do and what it does in different situations, right? So I'm still at 3 dirt, so it's just shifting it around itself, and it did it by itself. And now that ground's flat. Now I want to show you something that gets a little bit tricky. So probably right here. And you can, I keep this this pile of dirt open, and then as you move, you keep dropping as pile. There it is, a pile. And then as you move, open, move it over. Now that pile of dirt's gone, and then it moves here, and it follows us as we level. Alright, so this one just looks like it's down pretty much in its entirety, right? So we have to have dirt probably on us. Take one out just in case. And you go for leveling again. Okay, awesome. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Now, let me get rid of this dirt. See here where it just tells you some corners can't be modified. And then when I first started, I was like, alright, well, I guess I'm done then, and I gotta move on to something else. I don't know why it does this, but what is getting in the way, funny enough, on this tile right here, what is getting in the way is this tree right here, right? So click on your axe. Well, that wasn't super exciting, but the tree's down anyways. Alright, and go back to your shovel. And open this back up and put the dirt back in our inventory. And click now and level. So 5 dirt. If you're leveling and bringing it back up, it'll do it 2 dirt at a time. Correct. That was 3 on it. 3 dirt at a time on this one. Alright, we might not have enough dirt to get a flat, but you get the idea. Like, sometimes it'll just tell you that some corners can't be modified, and then it wants you to just give up, I guess. Okay, we did have enough dirt. Now that's flat too. So I mean, basically, that's the majority of digging right there, and then you can start doing whatever you want with it. Let me find an area and get some more dirt on me. Already flat. Already flat. No, okay. Sometimes it doesn't like selecting stuff, so sometimes it takes a couple clicks to do that. Okay. Now I have 1 dirt. And over here, it's 4 slopes down, right? And like I told you, it's broken into corners. So you have to walk your person over here to this corner, and you can put the dirt, drop on ground, and it raises up 3 slopes. That's how you can manually do it if you wanted to bring everything up to a flat tile first. Like I said, once you get that flat tile, everything else around it can just be done with the level button to make it so much easier. I mean, that's pretty much it. If you don't want to rage quit, those are the biggest things that I can think of that might be, you know, a problem. When you first start off the game, you're gonna think, well, I'll just go anywhere and set up shop, which you can, but one of the most important things you want to look for is to make sure that there is tar somewhere around you. If there isn't tar, then you cannot make a boat to go get tar. Clay's another good one too. Just try to make sure at least the tar is there, because if you have the tar, then you can go out and make a boat at least. Right? It just takes, boom, it just takes 10 tar, and then you're golden to at least travel around and get stuff. Pretty much right now, I think there's one server that the majority of people play on. It's called Wurm. Oh yeah, that's another thing I want to get into, right? So the skills, you level up extremely slow. I do not recommend starting on a server that has no multiplier. There's 2 multipliers as far as I know. One is the action timer, which is how fast you do skills, and then the other one is the level multiplier, which is how fast you gain experience in those skills. And I mean, I would say, like, I don't think even 5 times is too fast. You know, I mean, if you're doing it with no multiplier, it is literally slower than it would be in real life. Like, you could probably go out and learn how to blacksmith a sword faster than your dude can in this game. So I mean, if you're into that, if you're into the realism like that, then maybe. But I mean, I'd at least recommend 2 times, maybe even 5 times. So yeah, that's the majority of it. That's the big things I can think of right now. Like I said, I'll link another YouTuber in the description of the video. He has some really good tutorials, or if you want to hear more from me, just let me know. And that's it. Alright guys, take care. Bye. Hey guys, just kidding. There's one more thing that I want to tell you about to not rage quit this game. Right, so you'll put something down, right? Like we had this lovely lamp here. Now, to move the lamp after you plant it, or to move any object after you plant it, I mean that works with boats and everything. To move it, you can push it or pull it, and it's whatever. It's based on whatever way you're facing. So you have to right click, move, push. Oh man, see how far that went? Move, push. So I mean, if you like, this is fine if you want carpal tunnel or anything like that, because I mean it takes forever to do it, right? So what you can do is go to console and type in bind key push, and it works with, you know, other commands, other keys, whatever. It's the way to remount the keys, and then you just highlight it and right? Okay, so that's the last thing for real this time. That's the end of the video. Once again, y'all take care, and see you later.